Have you ever reached the end of a long, exhausting work week and wondered, wait, what did I actually accomplish? It's a frustrating feeling. We spend our days answering emails, jumping into meetings, and checking off microtasks. But when it comes time to report to a manager or review our own progress, our minds go blank. We focus so much on the to-do that we completely neglect the have-done. Today, I want to show you how I use Trello, not just as a task manager, but as a living record of my productivity. Most people use Trello to track what's coming next, but the real magic happens in how you archive what's finished. The foundation, the done list. The standard Trello setup usually has 3 columns: to do, doing, and done. But if you're busy, that done list becomes a graveyard of cards within 48 hours. It's messy and impossible to navigate. Instead, I use dated done lists. At the start of every week, I create a list titled with that week's date. For example, done, October 14th to 20th. Every time I finish a task, I drag it there. This creates a chronological history of my output. When Monday morning rolls around, I archive the previous week's list and start fresh. This keeps my board clean while preserving a searchable history of my work. Context is king. A card that just says "Update Spreadsheet" is useless 2 months from now. To make your completed work actually trackable, you need to use the back of the card. I've made it a habit to attach a link to the final deliverable or a quick screenshot of the finished result directly to the card. If a project was a collaboration, I'll leave a final comment mentioning who else was involved. This turns Trello into a personal portfolio. When it's time for a performance review or a client update, I don't have to dig through my hard drive. I just look at my Trello archives, using labels for high-level insights. I also utilize color-coded labels to categorize the type of work I'm finishing. Blue might be deep work, yellow might be admin, and red might be urgent fixes. By looking at my completed list at the end of the week, I can see at a glance where my energy went. If my list is 80% yellow, I know I'm spending too much time on busy work and need to shift my focus back to high-impact projects. The power of the big win. Finally, I add one specific card at the very top of my weekly done list, the big win. This is a single card that highlights the most impactful thing I achieved that week. It's a psychological boost that reminds me that even if the week felt chaotic, I moved the needle on something that mattered. Tracking your work this way changes your relationship with your schedule. You stop feeling like you're just a hamster on a wheel and start seeing yourself as a builder who is actually finishing things. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.